Yeah. Well, then let's talk about non-verbal communication and why it's important, how you can pick up on some of that, and what do you do with it. That's why we're here, because a lot of the times you can learn about something, but we're here to give you some practical stuff. What do you do with all that kooky nonsense? So non-verbal communication, what would you say is non-verbal communication, Jordan James?
The language of your body.
Nice. Yeah, that
I just
is.
came up with that,
That's a
but
great one.
it's like,
You heard it here first, people.
yeah, language of your body.
The language of your body.
I love how my mind works. You just ask me a question and just something
Yeah.
really genius comes out.
Would I
Surprise
add
myself with
anything
that.
to that? Because I think that is, it's almost too simple, the language of your body. But yeah, it's kind of the way that your body, yeah, speaks to you. It communicates what emotions, because I think nonverbal communication can tell you a lot about your emotional state,
Your heart
your
parts.
heart parts.
That's your emotional state.
I think it tells a lot about what your parts are protecting you from, or what you're hiding internally from the external world. Your
Mm-hmm.
body will your body will give it away.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing why, if we want to make an analogy, poker players, they always wear sunglasses and a hat and like never show any emotion on their face, because they've trained themselves very, very well to not let their nonverbal communication show. Because, even just a dilating of the pupils or something like that in those high stakes games can give away, whatever. Now, in relationships, none of us train to hide all that kind of stuff. Although sometimes we have trained ourselves in the past to stay safe.
Yoo-hoo.
Parts of you have trained your body to, like you were talking about, shutting down is definitely, there's definitely non-verbal cues when someone is shutting down, going into dorsal. Correct?
Yeah, what would they be?
So a lot of the times, someone getting quiet or getting really short with their words and intense with their like movements that are very like, how would I want to say this? I want to stop saying like is what I want to do. When
Just be yourself.
myself does not say like.
All right. Okay, parts.
How would I describe this? Because I think we've all experienced this personally and then probably also externally, when you're with someone and they can get really closed. So like physically closed, where like, your shoulders kind of hunch, you kind of get into a defensive pose. When people cross their arms and kind of scrunch up like this, that can definitely be a shutting down, a protecting. When someone like sticks their legs together and kind of puts their hands in their lap type of thing, just that physically shrinking of yourself can be a real shutting down. Nonverbal cue. Avoiding eye contact,
Yeah, that's a big
that's a
one.
big one.
Yeah.
That's a big like, don't approach me. don't bring
Yeah,
don't bring
like
energy
I'm
towards me.
scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Or
shut.
it's can be more of like, yeah, I'm afraid of being seen.
Yeah. Yeah. Afraid
I'm
of being
afraid of
seen.
being like perceived.
Mm-hmm. What are some other ones that I'm trying to
And usually
recollect?
like you avoid eye contact, at least for me, I avoid eye contact when I'm going really fast in my mind. Feels like I can avoid eye contact because I'm trying to be a moving target
Mm-hmm.
with things.
Trying
I'm
to
trying,
serpentine
what is that?
when you're like zigzag.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm trying to, like there's something about the intimacy of eye contact that like kind of puts you back in the present moment, or like, yeah, puts you in intimacy and
Mm-hmm.
kind of, yeah, and like you're being perceived and you're perceiving,
Mm-hmm.
and like that can feel kind of perilous. And so I like my parts can just go really fast, either with like strategies that we're thinking about or just like things happening in my head that I notice in relationships. That's one of like the biggest ways that I try to avoid intimacy
Mm-hmm.
or slowing down is avoiding eye contact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think shutting down is a really big, your body betrays you on that all the time unless you really train yourself. And a lot of the times I think the way people train their physical self to kind of hide shutting down is like becoming really like rigid in your body, or like, you know,
Sorry, my
earthquake,